Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the UHD-404R 4-input, 4-output HDMI Matrix with full ARC support. This product makes it incredibly easy for you to connect 4 ultra-high definition media devices to 4 ultra-high definition monitors at the same time, while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on each one of the monitors at any given time by simply tapping a button on the front of the unit or by using the infrared remote control. The product fully supports 4K ultra-high definition media content at up to 60 frames a second, and it's both HDMI 2.0 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's essentially compatible with a wide range of modern media devices. The product is also fully compatible with the ARC audio standard, so if you're using gear that adheres to that standard, you can enjoy that higher quality audio. Finally, the product provides audio extraction capabilities for output A and output B, which means it can digitally separate the audio component from the media passing through the unit and allows you to pass that audio along to a soundbar or home stereo through an analog or digital connection. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the unit and I'll explain the connections and indicators. I'll list the features and functions the product provides, and then I'll come back and do a short demonstration to show you just how easy this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find the UHD-404R. You'll also find a single 12-volt, 2-amp DC power supply. You can simply plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, which plugs directly into the DC port of the back of the unit, and you can finger tighten that collar so it doesn't pop out. And that's all the power you'll need to operate the solution. Also included is an infrared remote control, which makes it really easy for you to make your selection of input versus output from a distance away from the unit. And you'll also find a full instruction manual included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the product that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, I'll list the features and functions, and then I'll come back and do that demonstration. The OREI UHD-404R features a full metal enclosure which makes it incredibly durable and helps to minimize outside interference from causing any issues with the electronics inside. On the one side of the cabinet, you'll find ventilation slots that are designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. On the bottom of the unit, you'll find 4 rubber feet that help to protect the surface you set it down on and keep it from sliding around during operation. On the front of the unit, starting on the left, you'll find a power indicator. The minute you add power to the module, it starts an internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics. Once it passes that test, it'll light that LED letting you know it's ready to use. To the right of that is an infrared receiver window, and that's where the signals from the remote control are picked up. So when you set this up on your media center or your desktop, make sure that window is visible if you're using the remote control. To the right of that are 4 collections of 4 LEDs each, labeled output A, B, C, and D. These LEDs indicate which of the inputs is currently being sent to that output. And you can change that by tapping these 4 buttons. So for example, in output A, I can tap this button to move through the 4 inputs that are being sent to that monitor. To the right of that is an ARC control button. If you're using compliant equipment with the ARC standard, you can turn it on by tapping that button right there. On the rear of the unit, starting on the left, you'll find 4 full-sized HDMI ports labeled in 1, 2, 3, and 4. These connect to your media devices that you'd like to share the content from with your 4 monitors. To the right of that are 4 more full-size HDMI ports labeled output A, B, C, and D, and these connect to the monitors you'd like to use to enjoy the content from those media devices. Always use a high-quality cable to make these connections. To the right of those is a bank of EDID switches. These can be used to adjust the frame rate, resolution, and audio style for the input versus the output, and these are fully explained in the manual. To the right of that is a micro USB port that's used for upgrades. You can upgrade the firmware on the product later on if needed by connecting it to a computer using a cable with that port and then moving the firmware file over to the module to complete that upgrade. To the right of that is a DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. Simply plug that power supply into the wall. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it which plugs in right there, and you can finger tighten the collar to make sure it doesn't pop out. And finally, to the right of that is an on and off switch you can use to turn the unit on and off. 0 is off, 1 is on. That's pretty much it for the unit. The OREI UHD-404R is compatible with a wide range of modern HDMI media sources, including streaming devices, computer systems, digital projectors, game consoles, and media players like Apple TV. The product's features include full support of 4K ultra-high definition media content. It offers 4 input connections and 4 output connections for your media gear. It is both HDMI 2.0 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant. It is fully compatible with all ARC media devices and provides analog and digital audio extraction. Now I'll show you just how easy it'll be to use this 4x4 video matrix with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up 4 ultra-high definition media players, and each of these are displaying a different image just to make it easy to tell them apart. Now these can be a computer, they can be a DVD player, a game console, pretty much anything with an HDMI output, and this is where the media content is generated, and these are the input devices to my matrix. Over here I've set up 4 displays as my output devices for the matrix, and these can be different sizes, they can even be different resolutions, because this product can downscale as needed to accommodate a wide variety of output devices. In front of me, I have the UHD-404R. Now the first set of connections I'll make are from the media devices directly to the unit, and I've already connected 4 high-speed HDMI cables up to the players. The other end of those cables plug into the HDMI input number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And once I make these connections, we can connect up the output devices. I've already connected 4 more high-speed cables to the monitors, and these plug into HDMI output port 1, 2, 3, and 4 as well. Now it's really important you use high quality HDMI cables for these connections because this unit fully supports 4K ultra high definition media content at up to 60 frames per second, which requires a lot of bandwidth. So using high quality cables ensures that you'll have the best possible image on your output monitors. Okay, at this point the only thing we're missing is power. I've already plugged in the power supply. The other end of that has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, and this plugs directly into the DC input port in the back, and I'll finger tighten that collar. Now the minute I add power to the unit, it immediately starts an internal power and self-test where it checks the electronics. It's also checking the resolution of the input devices and the resolution of the output monitors to make whatever adjustments are needed to give you the best possible picture on these displays. Now this unit can actually downscale if needed to accommodate mixing and matching different resolutions, different screen sizes, and it does that automatically. So what you're viewing here is the media content from those 4 devices. And right now I've got input 1 being displayed on output number 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and 4 to 4. But the nice thing about a matrix is that I have complete control over which input stream is being displayed on each one of the monitors by simply tapping those buttons on the front, which means I can have the same input displayed on multiple monitors at the same time, or I can mix and match as needed to accommodate my particular situation. So let me switch one of these real quick. I'll just tap the button, and you'll notice a few of the displays blink out. And the reason for that is the unit is analyzing again the input versus the output and making whatever adjustments are needed to give me the best possible picture. So it takes a second for that adjustment to take place. And there you go. You can see the media player now is on 2 of the outputs at the same time. And that's the benefit of a matrix over a switch, because a switch just allows you to move between the inputs. This one allows you to pick the input, pick the output, and have it displayed. And it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope this overview of the OREI UHD-404R was helpful. This product provides a really easy way for you to connect up to 4 ultra-high definition media devices, like a computer or a game console or a DVD player, to 4 ultra-high definition monitors at the same time, while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being sent to each one of the monitors at any given time by simply tapping a button on the front of the unit or by using the infrared remote control. The product fully supports 4K ultra-high definition media content at up to 60 frames per second on both the input and the output ports, and it's both HDMI 2.0 as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant, which means it's compatible with all of your modern media gear. It even provides ARC compatibility, so if you're using audio gear or video gear that's ARC compliant, you'll enjoy that higher quality audio. And finally, it provides audio extraction capabilities for output A and output B, where it can digitally separate the audio from the media stream being displayed on those 2 monitors and allows you to pass that audio through an analog or digital connection to a soundbar or a home stereo, again for that full theater sound. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.